Very sad for any child to lose their mother, but most don't then attempt to damage or hurt their family in the world's media. Whatever hardships he believes he's suffered, they are nothing to those suffered in the normal lives of poor hard-working families. He's had the best schools, clothes, comforts, jaunts around the world, protection, attendance in plush boxes at events, and feted by the elites just because he was born into a certain family. That's entitlement. I just don't know why he thinks people should be sorry for him. The Duke's memoir may include attacks on senior members of the royal family, according to biographer Angela Levin. After Harry and Meghan, 41, stepped back as senior members of the royal family in March 2020, it was announced the 37-year-old prince would release a $20 million autobiography. The book is hotly anticipated, coming after a controversial tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey in which the Duke and Duchess of Sussex claimed the pair had suffered mistreatment and racism by an unnamed member of the firm. The man is discredited, his wife is discredited. She is a proven manipulative liar and has a long and extensive track record of broken marriages, broken family relationships, and broken professional relationships. The public has seen enough of their posturing, hypocritical lecturing, and unkind treatment of others to know the measure of these two. Now he wants to tell us more about how hard his multi-millionaire lifestyle is so tough to bear. No one with an ounce of intelligence or integrity will read anything that puts money into the pockets of these charlatans. We just don't want to know more of their lies, exaggerated stories, and false hurts. Enough. Be gone. If you have 1 ounce of integrity left, you'll shelve this book and devote your lives to serving others with hard work and graft. But will you though? Speaking to the Daily Star, Ms. Levin said that while the pair may say they want their own privacy, Harry could be preparing to break a lot of family privacy in his upcoming book. She said, "They're obviously breaking lots of family privacy if Harry brings out his memoir." The biographer went on to claim that Harry had achieved what he wanted and mounted that he had reached this stage. She said, "It's very sad that he's got to this stage. Why he's so hateful when he's got what he wanted. He wanted to leave. He wanted a wife. He chose his wife. I think Harry's publisher is putting a lot of pressure on him, as well as his co-writer, to come up with a blockbuster memoir. I also think Harry is also under a lot of pressure from Netflix and Spotify to come up with content to meet the obligations he and Meghan signed on for as part of their multi-million-dollar deals. He finds himself in a desperate situation all around and might be forced to further sell out his royal relatives. He is way out of his depth in California, swimming with sharks you might say. He has dug himself a hole that is now so deep it has become a canyon, from which he will never recover." Ms. Levin added the book will likely have the opposite of the desired effect for Harry and Meghan. She said, "I think that it will just show them up," but she went on to say the book will likely have a damaging effect on all those involved. Last summer, Harry announced, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born, but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think." The prince added he was excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that's accurate and wholly truthful. Royal expert and author of Finding Freedom Omid Scobie said, "The book will be Harry's biggest chance to tell his side of the story, and paint a clearer picture of the man, husband, father, and global citizen he is today." Writing for Yahoo News, Mr. Scobie compared Harry to Princess Diana, saying, "Just like his late mother, he too has spent considerable lengths of his life misunderstood." Mr. Scobie previously insisted Harry's memoirs won't be a burned book, and that Harry won't attack the royal family. Speaking to Express.co.uk, CEO of biography writing company Story Terrace Rugger Brunning said a delay to the book's release suggested the prince was intending to reveal new emotional details in its pages. Mr. Brunning said delays often come when the writers are afraid of upsetting people with what they have to say. He said, people sometimes struggle to finalize things. In the process itself, initially people are quite liberated and they try to put everything into a book and be as honest as they can. But then they start thinking about the impact that they have on others. We've experienced it with our clients where when they see a first draft, they suddenly feel it comes across too harshly, and they start to think about how it will impact others. For Prince Harry, he said, this may come in the form of intimate personal details surrounding a key turning point in Harry's life, the death of his mother, Princess Diana. He said, there will likely be struggles he would have liked to share before, but haven't been in the public eye. Turning points are always really important in people's memoirs. Mr. Brunning added that we will see a deeper side of him than we're used to. The biography expert said while the book may be stressful right now, when it's out Harry will be confident that it reflects his truth. He concluded, he will be happy to let his version out and people can respond to it. An insider close to the Sussexes later revealed that the delay may well be Harry being worried over details, as the prince fears pulling the trigger. Speaking to Heat, the insider said, Harry is struggling with the pressure and keeps changing his mind on what to include in the book. Every passage is being revised again and again. Harry keeps remembering new things he wants to include, and then suddenly panics about toning down certain anecdotes. It's been going on like this for months, and with the print date looming, he has to make a decision to officially put it on hold or pull the trigger and hope for the best. What a despicable little weasel he is. I hope his book reveals to the world what an ungrateful, disgusting person he has become. I hope everyone he writes about cuts him out of their lives permanently, with no olive branch, no money, no communication. Just leave him with nothing, just his wife. Suing granny and home office, acting like a treasonous child, bearing false witness, letting his wife lie her head off over and over. I'm sorry but Harry is finished. He's become a shell of the man he was and has adopted Markle's lack of morals, ethics, and decency. This book can say the royals eat the dead and people will still see his angry revenge more likely Meg's. Sickening pair to do this to HMTQ at 96. Sickening. The prince added he was excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that's accurate and wholly truthful. But isn't the problem that relatively few people will be sufficiently excited to fork out their increasingly hard-earned income on reading about the life of someone who they might consider to be a self-centered, self-entitled, over-pampered individual prepared to throw his family under the proverbial bus by broadcasting private family confidences for personal gain? Oh woe is me. I was born into a life of wealth and extreme privilege as the grandson of a queen of royal blood. It was so bad that I often wished I'd been born to a poor family because they didn't have to go on all those foreign holidays or go to Eden, or play polo. Life was so terrible living in palaces and castles and having the best food and designer clothes and being waited on hand and foot. Life would have been so much better had I gone to the local comprehensive and got a job on minimum wage on leaving school.